Finished this row with a slip stitch into the first single crochet in the row. Then I'm going to switch color to the essential or first color because I'm going to form the layers of the dress. So pull the first yarn like this and chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over and into the same stitch make 4 double crochets. Here is my first stitch, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now I have 5 double crochets in total, as I considered the first 3 chains as the first double crochet. Now chain 2, 1, 2, then skip a stitch and into the second one make a single crochet. So here is my first stitch, skip it and go to the second one and make a single crochet, then chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into the third one make 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then chain 2, skip 1 stitch and into the second one make a single crochet, then chain 2, 1 and 2, yarn over, skip 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and here is the third one, insert the hook inside it and make 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and complete the work in this row with the same way till you reach the end of the row. And don't forget to skip 1 stitch in a time and into the second time skip 2 stitches till the end of this row. I reached to the end of the row and finished with a slip stitch into the third chain from the 3 beginning chains. Then to start the next row, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. This stands as the first double crochet. Then yarn over and go to the second stitch and make a double crochet, then into the next and the third stitch make 1 double crochet, chain 2 and 1 double crochet again into the same stitch. Then into the fourth stitch make a double crochet and into the fifth stitch make another double crochet like this. Now I made a double crochet on the first stitch and on the second one, and into the third stitch I made 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, and then in the 4th stitch I made a double crochet, and also in the 5th stitch I made the last double crochet in this group. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over and skip all this area and go to the first double crochet of the next 5 double crochets and make another double crochet. Then into the next stitch make another double crochet, and into the next, which is the 3rd stitch in this group, make 1 double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet into the same stitch. Then into the 4th stitch make a double crochet, and also in the 5th one make another double crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and here is the 3rd group of these 5 double crochets. Go to the first one and make a double crochet, and into the next, and into the 3rd one make 1 double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet, into the 4th one a double crochet, and into the 5th one like this. Then chain 3 and keep working with the same way till the end of the row. I reached to the end of this row, and now I'm going to make the last 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, then slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning chains, now to start the next row I want to start work from the 3rd stitch here, from this stitch. So I will go to this stitch with slip stitches, so go to the 2nd stitch and make a slip stitch, and slip stitch into the 3rd stitch from which I will begin the row. Then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 stand as the first treble crochet. Then yarn over twice and insert the hook into this same 3rd stitch and make 1 treble. Then yarn over again twice and insert the hook inside this 2 chain space and make 2 trebles, chain 2 and 2 more trebles. So here is the first treble, 1, yarn over twice, 2, then chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over twice and go inside the same space and make 1 treble, then yarn over twice and go inside the same space and make 1 more treble. So here is the shape right now. Then go to the stitch after the space here and make 2 trebles, 1 and 2. Okay, so I made 2 trebles in this third stitch from the group. Then into the space I made 2 trebles, 2 chains and 2 trebles. Then into the stitch after the space I made 2 trebles again. Now I have 8 trebles in total and 2 chains in the middle of them. Then go to this chains space and make a single crochet, then yarn over twice and go directly to the third stitch from this group. 1, 2, and here is the third one. Make 2 trebles inside it, so 1, 2. Then yarn over twice and go to the space here in the middle and make 2 trebles. 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2, and yarn over twice again, and into the same space make more trebles, 2 more trebles, 1 and 2. Then yarn over twice and go to the stitch after the space and make 2 trebles inside it. 1 and 2. Then go to the space again and make a single crochet, then twice yarn over twice and go to the third stitch and make the same steps as before. Keep working with the same way till the end of the row. I reached to the end of the row and finished with a slip stitch into the 4th chain from the beginning chains, as you see. Now I want to begin the next row from the 3rd stitch here. So I want to go to this 3rd stitch. I will go to this stitch with slip stitches. So here is the second one, slip stitch inside it and also into the 3rd stitch. Okay, then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and consider these 4 as the first treble of this row. Then yarn over twice and go to the next stitch and make 2 trebles, 1 and 2. Then yarn over twice and go to the space and make 2 trebles, 2 chains and 2 trebles. 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over twice again and go inside the same space and make 1 treble and 2. Then yarn over twice and go to the stitch after the space and make 2 trebles inside it, 1 and 2. Then go to the next stitch and make only 1 treble, okay. Then yarn over twice and go directly to the third stitch from the next group. So 1, 2, and here is the third one. Insert the hook inside it and make 1 treble, yarn over twice and go to the next stitch and make 2 trebles inside it, 1 and 2. Then go to the space and make 2 trebles, chain 2 and 2 trebles, 1, 2, chain 2, 1 and 2, yarn over twice and make 2 more trebles inside the same space, 1 and 2. Then go to the stitch after this space here and make 2 trebles, 1 and 2. Then yarn over twice and go to the next stitch and make only 1 treble, and keep working with the same way till the end of the row. I reached to the end of the row and finished with a slip stitch into the 4th chain from the beginning chains. Then I will start the next row from the 3rd stitch here. So slip stitch to the 3rd one, 1 slip stitch, and here is the 3rd one, make a slip stitch inside. Then start the row with 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, and these 4 stand as the first treble crochet. Then yarn over twice and go to the next stitch and make 1 treble. Then yarn over twice and go to the next stitch and make 2 trebles, 1 and 2. Then go to the space and make 2 trebles, chain 2 and 2 trebles, 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2, and again 2 trebles, 1 and 2, all in the space. Then yarn over twice and go to the stitch after the space and make an increase with 2 trebles in the same stitch, 1 and 2. Then go to the next stitch and make only 1 treble, and go to the next stitch and make another 1 treble. Okay, here is my first group of trebles. Then yarn over twice and go directly to the 3rd stitch from the 2nd group here. So here is my first 1, 2, and here is the 3rd stitch. Go directly inside it and make 1 treble, and into the next make another 1 treble, and into the next stitch before the space make 2 trebles, 1 and 2, then go to the space and make 2 trebles, 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2, then 2 more trebles in the same space, 1 and 2. Then go to the stitch after the space and make 2 trebles, 1, 2. Then go to the next and make only 1 treble, and also in the next only 1 treble. And here is the 2nd group. Yarn over twice again and go directly to the 3rd stitch from the next group and do the same, and keep working with the same way till the end of the row. I reached to the end of the row and finished with a slip stitch into the 4th chain from the beginning chains. Then to start the next row, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 chains stand as 1 treble and 2 chains. Then yarn over twice and go directly to the chain 2 space in the middle of this group and make 2 trebles, 1, 2, chain 2, chain 5. Now after making these 2 trebles, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then into the same space make 2 more trebles, yarn over twice and go inside the space and make 1 and 2 trebles like this. Then chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over twice and go to this space between the 2 groups of trebles here and make 1 treble, then chain 2, 1, 2, and yarn over twice and go directly to the chain 2 space in the middle of the group here and make the same 2 trebles, chain 5 and 2 more trebles, 1 2, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over twice, and into the same space make 2 more trebles, 1 and 2, like this. Then chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over twice, go to the space between the groups of trebles here and make 1 treble, chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over twice, go directly to the 2 chain space here and make the same, 1, 2, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over again and do 2 more trebles, 1 and 2, all in the same space, chain 2 and go to the space and make 1 treble, and so on. Keep working with the same way till the end of the row. I reach it to the end of the row and chain 2 at the end, and now I'm going to finish with a slip stitch into the 4th chain from the beginning chains, 1, 2, 3, and here is the 4th one, slip stitch inside it. Now I want to begin my next row from this stitch, so I will make slip stitches to reach this stitch. So here is my first chain, make a slip stitch inside it, and inside the next chain and also inside the stitch. Now to begin the next row, chain 1 and into the same stitch make a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and insert hook inside these 2 loops and form a picot stitch with a slip stitch like this. Then go to the next stitch and make a single crochet. Insert the hook inside the space and make a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and form a picot like this. Then single crochet, another single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and form another picot like this. Then single crochet inside the same space, another single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and form a picot again like this. Then a single crochet. Now we have 3 picots inside the space and a single crochet at the end in the same space. Beside 1 picot at the beginning on the trebles of the previous row. Okay, After making this last single crochet, go to the stitch next to the space and make a picot again. So a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and form the picot here inside these two loops. Then into the next stitch make a single crochet, and now we have 5 picots in total. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 3 of these 5 are in the space. Then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go directly to this treble. Skip this part and go to this stitch and make the same as before. So make a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, insert the hook inside these two loops and form the first picot. Then go to the next stitch and make a single crochet. Then now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picots. 3 of these picots are in the space, and between each two picots we have a single crochet, and after each picot we made 1 single crochet. Then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go directly to this stitch after skipping this part, and do the same as we explained before. Keep working with the same way till the end of the row. I reached to the end of the row and made 5 chains, and now I'm going to finish this row with a slip stitch into the first single crochet here, then chain 1 and cut the yarn and pull it like this to end this layer. And now my first layer is ended. Now I'm going to make the second layer, but first I want to make a basic grid for the next layer. So I want to make a base for the next layer. It will be like a grid. So come from this part, from the back side. Here is my first layer. Go to the back side here and go to these stitches from the single crochet row with the turquoise yarn we made before, and I have here 2 stitches appear and 1 stitch appear. 2 stitches, 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 1 stitch, and so on. Begin from the 2 stitches part, actually from the first stitch of these 2. Insert the hook like this and pull the yarn with the same color of the previous layer. Pull the yarn like this and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These 5 chains stand as the first double crochet and 2 chains. Then yarn over, skip the second stitch here, and of course the stitch in which I crocheted before, and go to this chain or stitch, insert the yarn inside it and make a double crochet. Then chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, skip this one and go to this 2 stitches part, insert the hook into the first stitch of this part here and make a double crochet. Chain 2, yarn over and go to the only one stitch appears here, insert the hook inside it and make a double crochet. Chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over and go to the 2 stitches appear and insert the hook into the first one of these 2 and make a double crochet. Chain 2, yarn over and go to the single crochet here, the only one single crochet appear, insert the hook inside it and make a double crochet. Chain 2, yarn over, go to the 2 stitches appeared and insert the hook inside the first one of these 2 and make a double crochet. Chain 2, and so on till you finish this row with the same way. I reach it to the end of the row, and now I'm going to finish with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the 5 beginning chains. So here is 1, 2, and here is the 3rd one. Insert the hook inside it and slip stitch like this. Now I'm going to start the next row. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand as the first double crochet and 2 chains, yarn over and go to the next double crochet and make a double crochet inside it. Then chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over and go to the next double crochet and make 1 more double crochet. Chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over and go directly to the next double crochet and make another double crochet. Keep working with the same way till the end of the row. I finished this row with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning chains as the first row. To begin the next row, which is the 3rd row of the grid, I'm going to make increase. So make 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over and into the same double crochet or the same stitch make a double crochet. Like this. And this is going to be an increase. Then chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over and go to the next double crochet and make another double crochet, chain 2 and go to the next stitch and make a double crochet, chain 2, yarn over and go to the next double crochet and make a double crochet, and so on till you have 6 spaces or squares. Now I made an increase at the beginning, and then I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 squares. After these 6 squares or spaces, I'm going to make another increase. So chain 2, yarn over and into the same double crochet, make another double crochet to form a space, an extra space like this. So increase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares and another increase. Then make another 6 squares with the same usual way, and after the 6 squares make an increase, and so on till you finish the row. I finished this row and make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the beginning chains, and now I'm going to work the 4th row. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over and go to the next double crochet and make another double crochet, chain 2 and go to the next double crochet and make another double crochet, chain 2 and make a double crochet into the next double crochet, and so on. So finish this row and 3 more rows with the same way to form the grid with 7 rows. I will finish them and come again. I finished this grid after making 7 rows with the same way and increase in the 3rd row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. I finished with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain, and now chain 1, cut the yarn and pull the yarn like this to end this part. Now I'm going to begin the next layer with the same way as layer number 1, but I'm going to change the color of yarn to orange. You can complete the work with the same color if you want, but I'm going to switch the color. I will begin the next steps from this part of the 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 here. I'm going to begin from this point. Pull the orange yarn through the first square like this and chain 3, 1, 2, 3. These 3 chains stand as the first double crochet, then yarn over and make 4 more double crochets inside the same square. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have 5 double crochets in total, including the first 3 chains. Then chain 2, 1, 2. Go to the next square and make a single crochet inside it. Then chain 2, 1, 2. Yarn over and go to the next square and make 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 2, 1, 2. Go to the next square and make a single crochet. Chain 2, yarn over and go to the next square and make 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like this. Complete this first row of the second layer with the same way till you reach the end of the row and slip stitch into the third chain. Then complete the next steps with the same way as the first layer. I will complete this layer and meet you later. I finished the second layer. Here is my first one and here is the second one, and now I'm going to make the grid for the third layer. The second grid will be with the color of this yarn. Okay, I will begin it from here, from this part, so I will show you how, and the rest of steps will be as similar as the last steps. Okay, so let me show you how to make the grid from this part. Here is the first grid from which I will start the second grid for the third layer. All what we do is to work on these double crochets with the same way. So we insert the hook inside the top of the double crochet from the previous grid like this and pull the yarn and chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand as the first double crochet plus 2 chains, yarn over and go to the next double crochet from the previous grid and insert the hook inside it and make a double crochet, chain 2, yarn over and go to the next double crochet, insert the hook and make another double crochet, chain 2, yarn over, go to the next double crochet, and make a new double crochet, chain 2, yarn over, go to the next double crochet from the previous grid and make a double crochet, and so on. Complete with the same way till the end of the row, and end with a slip stitch into the third chain from the beginning chains. Then complete the grid with the same way as the first grid. Don't forget to make increases in the third row as the previous grid. Okay? The other steps will be similar to the previous steps to complete the dress. So I'm going to complete it and meet you then. I finished all the layers of the dress like this, and this number of layers is suitable for my size. You can make more layers if you need to. And now let me show you the next and final steps to end the dress. Step is to decorate these parts with another color. I decorated it with turquoise, and I used single crochet to decorate. Let me show you how. In the second hole of the arm or the second sleeve, here is my first corner. Put the hook and pull the yarn with the usual way, and chain 1, then into the same stitch make a single crochet, and in each stitch next make one single crochet. This is the back side. Insert the hook into this point here and pull the yarn, and then chain 1 and into the same point make a single crochet. Then I'm going to work on the sides of the double crochets. So inside each side of each double crochet make 2 single crochets like this. Go inside the double crochet like this and make a single crochet, and into the second part of the double crochet insert the hook and make another double crochet, single crochet, then into the next double crochet make the same, try to find a point in which you can insert your hook, like this. And keep working with the same way till you reach the corner here. I reach it to the first corner here, and I'm going to make an increase at this part with 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Then into the next stitches, make only 1 single crochet till you reach the other corner, in which we have to make 2 single crochets. Then make 2 single crochets on the sides of each double crochet as we made at this part till the end of the whole part. I reach it to the end of this part, but I'm not going to end with a slip stitch into the first single crochet. I'm going to turn back on this part only to form the holes of the buttons. Okay, so make a chain and turn the work like this, and in each single crochet next till this part I'm going to make a single crochet. So go to the next one and make a single crochet, and into the next, and into the next, and so on till the corner here. I reach it to the end of the row, and I made a single crochet in the first single crochet of the increase stitches. Okay, then I'm going to form the holes now. So chain 1 and turn and make a single crochet into the next stitch, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 3 stitches, and into the fourth make a single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and here is the fourth one. And now I formed this hole for the first button, then single crochet into the next and into the next till you reach the middle part here, and form another hole for the second button like this. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 3, and into the fourth make a single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and here is the fourth, then 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 3, and into the fourth another single crochet, 1, 2, 3, here is the fourth one, and into the last stitch make the last single crochet, this is actually the chain stitch. Make a single crochet inside it, and now I formed the holes of the dress. You can make more chains if the button is bigger. You can make 4 chains or more than 4. Then chain 1, turn the work again to make a single crochet row again. So into the next stitch make a single crochet, and into the 3 chain hole make 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then into the next make a single crochet, and into the next, and so on. Keep working with the same way till the end of the row. I reach it to this part after working on these holes like this, and now I'm going to make one more single crochet row till this part. I finished this last single crochet row and end with a slip stitch. Then I cut the yarn and attach it to the needle like this. Then I'm going to put the button here and close with this way, and I will sew this part to the dress like this, and the shape will be like this. I will show you the last shape after putting the buttons and sewing this part. After adding the buttons, let me show you the final shape of the dress. This is the final shape of the dress. It looks very beautiful. Finally, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Wait for me in the next video. Bye bye.